Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I will be reviewing LEGO set 75270 Obi-Wan's Hut. This set comes with 200 pieces and was released in 2020. This set is discontinued though, but at retail price it would have costed you 45 Australian or $30 American. Now on eBay it sells for $50 to $80 Australian or $45 to $60 American. But let's get on to the minifigures. First up, we have Luke Skywalker. He comes with his binoculars and his father's lightsaber. He also has some very nice leg and torso printing. It is very accurate to the movie and just looks great overall. It's the best one I think we could ever get. He also has some back printing, not a lot, but some extra details. You can see the rest of his belt around the back of his torso, and he has some lines on the back to show where his shirt might be creased. Luke also has a second face print, much angrier than his first one. Here's the two face prints compared. So he has a much happier face print, and you can turn it around to a much angrier one if he's fighting a sand person or just anyone in general. Next we have old Obi-Wan. He is a very nice minifigure. He comes with another lightsaber. Now this lightsaber actually belongs to him. Although these two are identical, this lightsaber belonged to Anakin Skywalker and this is Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Moving on from that, he comes with a spiffing torso print. It is just beautiful. I really love it. No leg printing, though, which kind of bothers me. Another thing that kind of bothers me is he doesn't have a second face print, so he's always just going to have that old wrinkled smile. Because it's just, he might be fighting someone, so it's just a bit odd to see him with that smile whilst in a battle. Next, we have R2-D2, and chances are, if you have been collecting a few LEGO Star Wars sets, you have got this minifigure. And we have had tons of models of R2 units, and we always get an R2-D2 every year of LEGO Star Wars. We have yet to get a LEGO Star Wars set every year without an R2-D2. Moving on from that though, the minifigure looks beautiful. It's actually very nice. I love his head printing. Luckily in this set I got a very good print. Sometimes in some sets the prints can be a bit squint, just because the LEGO machines are a bit, they might accidentally print it on the wrong side or something. His body or torso print, you could say, is very nice. I love all the small details. It looks really good. And R2 also has some printing on the back of his head. No back printing, sadly, but the back of his head is also very detailed. You can move his body from side to side to pretend he's moving. His legs are adjustable as well, so you can move them into strange directions and things like that. And it's just, overall, it's a very good minifigure and a very effective minifigure. And lastly, we have a Tusken Raider, and this is just a beautiful minifigure. I love it. One of his accessories is his gaffy stick. If you didn't know, that's what those sticks are called. He has a beautiful head mold. This isn't a normal LEGO head, it's a new mold. Well, not new, it's been out for a few years now, but every time I get one of these, it just looks beautiful. If we remove his gaffy stick, you can see more of his torso printing, which is just lovely. There it is. So he's got a nice belt across his chest and his waist. He also has some ragged rags on his legs in leg printing. It just looks very nice. It's a very good minifigure. We'll take a look at his back printing there. You can see the end of his belts just matching up there. It's very nice, and I love this minifigure. The one thing I'm confused about, though, is that in the box art, Obi-Wan is actually fighting the Tusken Raider, which is why I'm a little confused as to why they didn't give him a second face print, because he's just going to be fighting the Tusken Raider with this giant smile on his face, so it's a bit strange. but if you overlook that, it is a very good set. These pieces here aren't technically minifigures, but I thought I'd just include them as they are kind of technically people or droids in a way. So on the left we have a training droid from A New Hope. We actually see Luke Skywalker using one of these in the Millennium Falcon scene with Han Solo. He has a sort of, what would you call it? Y-wing pilot helmet on, but it's got a visor over his eyes so he can't see, and he has to use the Force to try and sense where these blaster shots are coming from and block them with the lightsaber. And it's really cool that they've actually brought this into Lego. They do use a minifigure head for the droid. It isn't a wraparound print, so there are some gaps in it. But other than that, it looks really good. And the print is on the back and the front of the head. It's also on this transparent pipe piece to pretend as if it's floating above a minifigure. And on the right, we have a transparent blue Princess Leia mold. And this is to die for. I love this piece. It is so well detailed and so beautifully done. They used to just use a transparent blue brick, I remember, and that didn't really work as well as this. I just loved the look of it, and it just looks really good. Now onto the build. First off, I'd just like to say you can fully compact the build. It is very nice in this state. It looks like Obi-Wan's hut. The back here is left open because the rest of his build the rest of his hut actually would just enter over here, and this basically is just the bathroom and the bedroom. So Lego didn't think it was necessary to include that, which is fine, I suppose. There are some clips under here for weapons and things. Moving more around the build, you have this lovely pipe. I love this. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. And you can open up the entire build when you want to enter the interior. It's a very nice mechanism, and it's very effective, and I just like playing with it. It's very fun to play with. Now moving on to the interior, starting with the entrance, you have this lovely printed panel here to pretend like you're going to open a door to enter. There is this giant crate in the way, which is very easy to remove. You just do that, and it's connected by one stud. And in the crate, you have the training droid head and the lightsaber broken into its pieces for storage. You also have, clipped to the wall, Obi-Wan's walking stick. Whenever he wants to leave to go on an adventure or something, he takes this off the wall and goes out. Moving on to the next part of the build, the other side, we have this clear piece, which is where the training droid will actually, stand on to fly around or to pretend to hover. We have We have some small detailing on one shelf here. So a robotic leg up here, that's actually a skeleton leg. And another piece here for the training droid. And Lego hasn't done this in a while. But if you actually take this white piece off, that's going to come off with the piece. If you take the piece off without removing the whole shelf, and I've just snapped that off, whoops, and then you take off the clear piece and you take the head out of this crate here, like that. There we go. You're actually meant to put these pieces together like this, and then put this in there. And then you can have the training droid to pretend to hover around for Luke to practice on. And Lego has not done that in a while, where you have to take pieces off the build to actually build a separate part of it. And it's pretty cool that they've included it like this. It doesn't really change the build anyway. Once you've got it all stored away, it doesn't look that bad, but I like to keep it out just because it looks so cool, and I prefer not to keep the head in storage where it gets all dusty. Onto the back of the build now, if we move in a bit closer. We have a seat over here for Luke or Obi-Wan to sit on. There is also another seat behind hologram Leia, which is on this small table It's very easy to clip her on. She's just got one stud to clip her on there. We have another gaffy stick in the back. Not sure why Obi-Wan has that. That's one of the Tusken Raider sticks. He might just be keeping that as part of his collection. Not sure. We have another table here. This has some blue milk on it. Sadly, it's not printed. There's no printing on it. It's just blue pieces pretending to be a blue milk carton. Put that back. There's also a clear glass on there for Obi-Wan or Luke to pour some blue milk, and another seat behind there. We also have some steps leading up to the second floor, where if we turn it around, there are the steps again, and this leads into the kitchen area. We have a pot on a flame, where you can see the flame just in there, and basically that's connected into that piece like that. So it's a very small detail, but very nice. The pot basically has some just plain studs in there to pretend as, I don't know, some Star Wars soup or something. And if you do buy this set, you'll actually get 2 of these green studs to put in there, and they're very loose, so I decided to change that out and put a stud that connects to actual pieces so that they all stay together. And you also have 4 clips on the bottom here for different weapons, so you could put another gaffy stick in the back there, or a lightsaber if you wanted to, just on this side. You can also take this off and put it under there if you really wanted it as well. I remember when this set was came out and was released, everyone thought that it could clip onto the Mos Eisley Cantina set, or it was just another extension build that they were going to make, but it's just for storage. It's a little disappointing, but there it is. That's basically it for this build. There's some more details around the outside. There's like some different, terrain and stuff. Some greeveling and ventilation on the top. More ventilation here. Can move that down. There's some windows, very nice. Some more terrain here. You've got a little bit of terrain there if you wanted to put your Tusken Raider. You could put him really anywhere you wanted. He hasn't got his gaffy stick right now, that's on the back. Yeah, that's basically it for this build and review. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what other builds or reviews you'd like me to review. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for more notifications when I post a new video. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bugger.